everybody, and welcome back into the Athletic and Wellness Center. Zach Phillips here, bringing you the commentary today for this OCAA matchup between the Durham Lords and the Centennial Colts. A big East Division clash has the Lords right now at 4-0, sitting atop the east side of the OCAA, with the Colts right behind them at 3-0 with a game in hand. Big marquee matchup on the floor today. Pete Kuiper of the Durham Lords is looking to do damage all over this court, leading the league in kills. Look at that hitting percentage down there, 754. Kuiper, his third year with the program from Lindsay, Ontario, is going to be doing damage today. Already 69 points through those 4 games. Meanwhile, for your Centennial Colts, Gianluca Righetto leading the way for them, 33 kills. He's got 2 aces at the service line, 40 points. Keep an eye out for him to do big things today for the Colts, needing a big win in this East Division clash. It's homecoming here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. A big day, already halfway through it. We saw the women's team win a thriller against this very Durham Lords squad. They dropped the first 2 sets and came back all the way, winning the next 3 sets. Now we have the final game for the homecoming day. Festivities aren't over, though. Got a party after here on campus at 7 o'clock, put on by CCISA. That'll be a good time with food, gatherings, laughs, all around here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, so make sure you stick around after the game. Right now, we have the anthems and some pregame introductions. When we come back, we'll have a thriller for you here on Court 1 in Scarborough. Bang!
I said anthems, didn't I?
There's no OCAA.
I'm pretty sure I said there was.
One of them's unmuted.
Yeah, they are. They're both red.
Zach Phillips. Jack Middleton will be joining me any second here in the booth. There's your starting lineup for your Centennial Colts. I'll read it off for you real quick. Gianluca Rigetto, Pedro Casaletto, Caden Delorme, Ruslan Delaware, Michael Matsudo, Michael Korapi, and Nolan Tuck in the middle. For the Durham Lords, Tyler Jagan, William Egan, Jonas Felix, Trent Engel, Ben Rochelo, Kyle Travis, Pete Kuiper, we mentioned him off the rip, Will Doucette, and that's all for the Durham Lords. Welcome in Jack Middleton to the booth, doing the play-by-play today.
How's it going, everybody? Nobody's going to answer, I believe. But I'm here doing play-by-play today for the men's game, the serve. And for the Colts, that's Ruslan Delaware on the serve. A good dig there by Delaware as Rigetto set it. It's just going to get played across, free ball by Hara. The Durham Lords, a kill there by number 15. That's Piet Kuipers. And the Durham Lords take the first point of the day.
Yeah, we mentioned Kuiper off the rip, leading the league in kills. A whopping 69 points on the season. He's going to be all over the floor today.
Tyler Jagan on the serve for the Durham Lords. His serve, a good roll. Good pickup there by Casaletto, but played over by William Egan. And the Lords have a 2-point lead.
William Egan coming in, fourth-year senior from Cobden, Ontario. Big part of this Durham team. Very veteran presence, heavy throughout this roster.
The serve by Jagan is put into the net. A service error by the Lords gives the Colts their first point of the day. Going back for the serve is number 12 for the Colts. That's Nolan Tuck. The first year out of Hamilton, Tuck is. Big presence in the middle of the floor. The serve by Tuck floats out. Trading service errors are the Colts and the Lords as the Lords go up 3-1.
Yeah, Nolan Tuck been on the floor quite a bit already this season. Coming in, still looking for his first ace of the season.
Will Doucette on the serve for the Lords. Doucette serve handled by Rigetto. Matsuda set goes outside to Rigetto, blocked off the hands and out of play. A good play there by the Colts. A good block by the Lords, but just out. And the Colts get their second point.
That's Pete Kuiper you see in there, using all 6'7" of that frame. Gets it done both sides of the ball.
Nathan Hara on the serve, a good one into the middle. Dug out well, a quick set goes to the middle. That was to Trent Engel. His hit just a little bit out as the Colts tie it up early.
Back and forth we go. Nathan Hara got a big ovation during the opening ceremonies.
The serve by Hara through the libero's hands. That's Jonas Felix. An ace from Nathan Hara. And the Colts take their first lead.
Yeah, that's Nathan Hara's second of the season. Big time there, now 4-3.
Hara's serve again off the hands of the libero. Another ace from Nathan Hara.
Colts coming out with a very similar lineup than we've seen the last couple times out.
Hara's serve mishandled again as the Colts get the ball back. Matsuda set goes into the middle. That's to Korapi. He puts that down in a 6-3 lead for the Colts.
Korapi usually getting it done with the blocks. This time, get some offense going with the kill there.
The serve by Hara, handled pretty well. That set goes outside and blocked in the middle by Korapi.
Just as I brought it to you, Korapi first in the blocks per set across the OCAA. We see him get up there and get often. Stuffs that one home. Colts starting to run away a little bit here in the first one.
A big 6'4" man Korapi is. Very good in the middle for the Colts. The set goes outside. Casaletto with a good dig, kept up by Hara as Matsuda's just going to have to play it over and does.
Wow, what a dig there.
The Lords set it back into the middle, kept up by the Lords as Casaletto to Matsuda. The quick set goes to Korapi and kept up by the Lords. The set in the middle is poked over by the Lords as the set goes out to Rigetto. That's blocked at the net. by Angle, and the Lords stop Hara's impressive performance at the service line.
Pete Kuiper absolutely let one rip midway through that rally, and Pedro Casaletto dug it out of the earth, keeping that one back and forth, unable to end up in a point, but great job there by Pedro.
The aforementioned Kuiper serve is out. Flagged out. We got a good look at that. It was out for my angle. This angle is going to be tough to see there. It looks a little deceptive on our replay.
Might have caught the top spin at the very end, but tough one there for the official. That had some lot of miles an hour behind it.
Gianluca Rigetto on the serve for the Colts. Rigetto's serve very good. Played well by the Lords. The set goes into the middle to Angle. He puts that by the single block, and the Lords take that point.
Beautiful set there in the middle. I believe that's Will Doucette.
It's William Egan on the serve. Egan serve into the net as another service error by the Lords, and a Colts point. They lead 9-5.
It was actually Kyle Travis up there at the net, but that serve ended up going in, momentum shifting right back to Centennial.
The serve played by the Lords gets over free ball to Rigetto. A powerful kill by Gianluca Rigetto.
Just as we mentioned off the top, this Centennial Colts offense, it runs through Gianluca. When he gets hot, look out. It's going to come from all over the floor.
An impressive man that guy is. Was the East Division scoring leader last year. A good serve there by Corapi. Not handled off the roof.
It actually never touched the beam. It went through some of the rafters. And they opted for the blow of the whistle, but it never did make contact with any of the rafters. I believe that should still be blowing out of play. But
both teams just kind of didn't move. They just stopped playing. If it goes through the rafters, it doesn't count as a blowdown, as that one does hit the rafters.
We've seen quite a few of those today.
Another ace from Corapi.
Big ace there. Centennial's dropped a few of those on Durham early on. That forces them into the timeout.
Yes, Coach Dwayne Cochran on the timeout for the Durham Lords. An early 12-5 lead for the Centennial Colts. A timeout for the Durham Lords. We'll be back just in a few moments. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. Once again, it's Jack Middleton alongside Zachary Phillips. Battle of the undefeated teams, the 4-0 Durham Lords, currently trailing the 3-0 Centennial Colts, 12-5 here in set number 1, as the Colts have the serve. And it is Michael Corapi on the serve. Corapi's serve is skied. The timeout does work for Coach Cochran on the Durham Lords side. Stops the run from Corapi as the Lords get the serve back.
This Durham team is very good on offense. First in the league in kills per set, first in the league in total kills, third in assists. Centennial's got a big task ahead of them today, doing a great job early.
Just a miss hit by the Colts tuck. The Lords take advantage. I believe that was in the middle there.
Yeah, it's Will Doucette, I believe, coming in with the smash. Big net presence the Lords have. A lot of tall guys, as you want. A lot of guys over 6'5".
Angle still back on the serve. Played well. Played over to Ruslan Delaware. He puts that home. The first time I've mentioned his name. And the Colts back out by 6.
Ruslan Delaware, he's been contributing quite a bit this year with Centennial. His first year with the program, already 25 points, now 26 points on the year.
Matsudo serve just off the thumb. He rolls that out of play. Service error by Matsudo as the Lords get the ball back. Goes to the setter. It's Kyle Travis on the serve for the Lords.
Just 61 service errors so far through the year. Good for 10th in the league. Another one there.
As you mentioned, a service error. Kyle Travis puts that one into the net. They trade service errors. Delaware back for the serve. The Colts leading by 6. His serve rolled off fingertips and out. Service errors go back and forth. And one more time from the Colts. The Lords get their 9th point. It's 14-9.
Yeah, both teams a little bit of struggles with the service error early on. It could be something to look for early.
Jagan serve played by Castellato. Matsudo set goes to the close side to Hara. Off the body, but the Lords keep it up, and it's a free ball coming back for the Colts. Matsudo set goes back to Hara. He powers that through the block. A net touch called on the Lords. It'll be a Colts point.
Great job there, Centennial. You see Matsudo in the middle of it all. That's last year's East Division rookie all-team member right there.
Matsudo, a big addition to this Colts lineup last year. Getting even better day by day with the Colts. The serve by Tuck, played by the Lords. The set goes to the close side to Egan. Powered through the one-man block, and the Lords take the serve back.
Big play there by Durham. Putting a little bit of a stop to the run. It's still within reach in this first set, but can't let it slip anymore.
The big 6'7" will do set on the serve. His serve mishandled there by Hara, but played well by Delaware. And Rigetto plays it over. A free ball win by Gianluca Rigetto. Just miscommunication by the Lords. This ball falls in the middle of everybody, and the Colts will take that.
Excellent look on the replay there. Just nobody home. Just falls straight down. Good either taking advantage of the situation or just got lucky. Either way, Colts will run away with that.
The Colts don't take advantage as the serve there by Hara is out. And the Lords get the serve back. On the serve is Pete Kuiper. Kuiper's serve played by Delaware. Matsudo's set goes to the close side to Hara. Just a roll over by Hara, but Lords unable to play it, and another point for the Colts.
Quite the turnaround for Durham this year. 8-10 last year, but now 4-0 to start this season. One of the league's best, but Centennial doing a great job. They're 3-0 themselves. Last year, we know how good they were.
Rigetto's serve is just rolled a bit out on that far side, just inches away from the back line. That's another service error from the Colts. And the Lords get it back. Will Egan on the serve. Egan's serve off of Delaware's hand. It rolls over the net. The Colts will take that one once again. A little mishandle from Delaware, but it works out in his favor. It rolls over the net, and the Colts get their 18th point. It's 18-12.
Ruslan Delaware, he's going to be a big part of this Colts team as we continue on down the season. First-year player out of Toronto, 6'1". He's got a nice touch to this program.
That hit rolled over everybody. A good communication, good miss, or not played, excuse me, by Rigetto. Just played a little bit out by Kuiper as the Colts take a 7-point lead.
I mentioned Durham was first in kills per set, but it's your Centennial Colts right behind them in second. Tough one there, but look at this master smash off the hands.
Good kill there in the middle by Trent Angle. And the aforementioned Angle back for the serve. 19-13 here in the first set for the Colts. That serve has floated past everybody, and the Colts will take it their 20th point. They lead by 7 once again.
Yeah, the homecoming crowd getting a little loud on that serve. Not saying it had anything to do with it, but the homecoming crowd here today has filled out. Expected to get louder and louder as we move on.
Matsudo's serve played well by the Lords, put down by Tyler Jagan. Right in front of Matsudo. And the Lords get their 14th point.
Man, that was drilled. Straight down into the ground. No shot for Matsudo.
Travis back for the serve. Looking to start a little run for the Lords. handled by Rigetto. The set by Matsudo. Goes to the close side to Delaware. Mishandled by Felix as the Colts will take another point. Just any attempt by the Lords to try and get some momentum stopped immediately by the Colts so far.
Centennial's doing a great job of ball control here in this first set. 7-point lead. Hopefully they can continue it on.
Delaware serve into the net. Just mistimed his jump a little bit.
Last time out last weekend, Centennial defeated the La Cité Coyotes. It was Rigetto and Bosco Ducharme leading the way. 19 points for Rigetto. Ducharme with 11.
The serve handled well. Matsudo's set goes to Hara, played by Felix. The set goes into the middle to Jeg, and he just plays a free ball. Matsudo works with Tuck. A quick set to Tuck. Puts it away off the hands of the block. And it's 22-15.
Nolan Tuck doing a great job there. A .333 hitting percentage. When he does get a chance to go up, he's pretty effective.
Tuck goes back for the serve. His serve floated, played well by Jagan. The set goes to the far side to Kuiper. And it looks like it's going to be Colts point. Overruled. Was it a net touch? I'm not entirely sure what he's calling. A Colts point on the net touch is what he's calling.
I think on the look at the replay there, the ball also looked like it went out of bounds. Take another look. It might have just barely caught that line. It's tough to tell. That was rocketed off.
It didn't look like a net touch on the replay, I'll tell you that. But the call in or out, the flagman down there in the corner was kind of unsure, to be honest with you. Overruled there by...
Another quick look here.
Yeah,
that's tough.
The net's not moving. We can't tell up here.
No, definitely no on the net. Now it's a matter of in and out. Now there's no video replay in OCAA. Not that would have helped us much.
So we have that little chat. The crowd's getting rolling here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Homecoming crowd.
Somebody at home on YouTube can go to the 2.25 on that one and slow it right down for us. Let us know, but that was a close one. Head coach Jordan Timpson, his first year with the Colts, doing a great job. Out to the 3-0 start. The 8-point lead here today. Great job by our crew. Getting a good look at that. I think it might be out.
We're trying. Any reverse you got, Leo? Nothing at all? It is a Colts point. Anyways, after a long discussion, the Colts get the point. 23-15 we are as Nolan Tuck has the serve.
2 points away from that crucial first set victory. Sends it over.
The set goes to the far side to Kuiper off the block. Lands in play as the Lords get the point and stay alive.
It was Rigetto and Coropi going up for that. Just squeaked through.
Will do set on the serve. His serve rolled off the fingertips as the 24th point goes to the Centennial Colts, and it's set point for the Colts.
Big spot here for Centennial and Nathan Hara.
Hara's serve, a good floater. The set goes all the way to Kuiper. Little mishap by Kuiper, but rolled over the net in front of the diving Hara. The Lords stay alive. Still down by 7, though, but staying alive.
Yeah, somehow that ended up in Kuiper's favor. I think he was not even trying to get it over the net at all, but ends up working out for him, and one of the easiest points he'll pick up.
He goes back for the serve, dug well by Castellato. Rigetto gets up. He gets beat at the line, touched at the net. The Colts will take the point and the first set by a score of 25-17.
What an absolute smash from Rigetto that set up that violation. A great dig by the Lords to keep it alive. But man, I thought Rigetto was putting that through the floor. Anyway, it results in Centennial point and first set victory.
Yeah, it's a first set victory, 25-17 for the Centennial Colts. They'll take set number 1. We got set number 2 coming your way in just 3 minutes' time. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. The Colts take set number 1, 25-17. We start set number 2 here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. A little out-of-town scoreboard look for you. Our women's basketball team is taking on the St. Lawrence Surge. As they start the fourth quarter, our women's basketball team is leading the St. Lawrence Surge 55-47 as they start the fourth quarter. We'll take a peek as we get a little bit deeper into this one, as our women's basketball team is looking for their first victory of the season. So we'll keep an eye on that. But all the eyes currently are on this volleyball game in front of us as the Colts lead 1-0. The Lords have the first serve in the second set.
Big matchup here for the Colts. Lords with a game in hand, both teams undefeated. Someone's going to leave here with a loss. Centennial doesn't want to be them.
The set goes out to Kuiper. He blows it through. No block. There was no block going to him. Off the hands of Castellato. Nothing he could do there.
Pedro Castelletto, team captain, returning for another season. Big veteran presence on the floor for them. On the bench, in the locker room, anywhere he goes. He's effective for the Colts.
Hara powers that one by the block. The Colts get their first point of the second set. Nolan Tuck on the serve for the Colts.
Just
Tuck's. Go ahead.
Oh, he almost brought that one back, and they do. That's wild.
The set from the Colts to get a chance goes to Hara. Kind of a little knuckleball. He doesn't get all of it. Stifles the setter. That is Travis as the Colts get the first lead of the second set.
Durham almost kept that scramble alive. Good job by the Colts to capitalize on them all over the floor.
The set goes far side to Kuiper. He powers that through the block. The Lords are going to go to him often here today.
Man, what a sight to see him go up for a ball. Oh, my goodness. When it comes off his hand, it's a blink of an eye to the floor.
I believe up at the top of kill percentage. I think about 5.9 in kill percentage, this Kuiper. They go to him a lot. As the Colts spread the ball out, that set goes into the middle to Corapi. The Colts retake the lead.
Good job there by Corapi, finishing that off. Corapi coming into today had 24 points, building on that.
The serve somehow kept up by the Lords, played over in a free ball. Matsudo's set goes close side to Rigetto. Power by Gianluca Rigetto as they extend the lead to 4-2.
For 6'3", Gianluca Rigetto sure can get up, and he sure can let it rip. You see the 6'7" Pete Kuiper do it, and then you look at Rigetto, and it just kind of reminds you how good Gianluca Rigetto is.
Going toe-to-toe, those two are two of the best in the OCAA.
No
as the
doubt.
Lords set to the far side. That's to Egan.
Gianluca Rigetto in his third year with the Colts, originally from Mexico. He's been a crucial part of Centennial's identity those 3 years.
A serve by Hara, played by the Lords. The quick set into the middle to Doucette. He puts it by the block as the Lords retake the serve.
Will Doucette hammering that one home. He's big part of that Lords attack. 2.7 points a set. Usually always getting in there somehow, some way.
Yeah, the second year out of Toronto. He's on the serve. As the set goes into the middle to Delaware. He powers that into the net as the Lords take their fourth point.
Back and forth we go here in the second set.
This is how we thought the game would go. Back and forth, 4-0, 3-0. Colts got out to an early lead in that first set to take it.
Two teams have very similar numbers. It's going to be a back and forth day.
The Colts set goes back to Rigetto, just fumbles it a little bit. Corapi tries to get up there. Miscommunication from him and Castellato. An error there by the Colts as the Lords tie it up.
Tough one there. Corapi just deciding to send it right back over, trying to catch them off surprise. Tying this one right back up.
On to serve is Doucette. His serve goes to Castellato. He hands it well. The set goes into the middle of the court. Dug up well by Doucette. Goes over to Kuiper. Matsudo kind of keeps the ball up. A powerful kill by Gianluca Righetto.
Look at the force on this one. Great job by Matsudo to keep it up. They get it to the right guy in the right spot. Makes no mistake.
The OCAA's leading scorer last year in the Eastern Division shows exactly why he does that. Around the block, they send two. He doesn't care. Powers it by them. Righetto now has the serve. It's a good one. Rolled in front of everybody, and an ace by Gianluca Righetto.
That's Gianluca's third ace of the season. Comes in a big spot, building up the lead. He'll try for another one here. Head coach Jordan Timpson giving him some direction. Just a little touch long on that.
The curse is back, and it's not on me this time. I love it.
Definitely on me for that one.
Righetto flies that one just beyond the back line. The serve goes back to the Lords, and it'll be Pete Kuiper on the serve. Kuiper serve into the net. Trading service errors by two of the best. The Colts get the serve back, and it goes. That's to Korapi. He'll have the serve for the Colts.
Yeah, a couple rare mistakes from two of the league's best there.
Served by Korapi, played well by Egan. The set goes to Egan. They send three to the Colts. It's Matsudo. Played but kept up well by Kuiper. A block at the net by Tuck, and the Lords just play a free ball into the back corner. The set by Matsudo goes close side to Delaware. Off the hands of the block. I don't know whose hands it goes off of. Lands on the side of the Durham Lords as the Colts take that big rally.
Kyle Travis and Trent Angle up there for the block. Just not enough meat on the ball. It falls through.
A great serve there by Corpy, handled well. As another free ball by the Lords, just unable to get a good attempt. The set goes to Delaware through the hands of the block. Another Colts point for Ruslan Delaware.
Man, that's been Centennial's kitchen here in the second set. We've seen 3 or 4 points come from that exact same play in that exact same spot. A couple of different players getting involved, but man, keep going back there if it's working.
Corby now a floating serve. Played well. The set goes into the middle, block at the net by Delaware, and the Lords try it again. Far side to Egan. He just rolls it over. Matsudo's got to go up for a block. Righetto plays it and somehow keeps the ball over. The Lords have to reset. The set goes to Kuiper, and he powers it through a block of Delaware.
You can see the ball bend in half when it goes off the floor, off his arm. Drills that, makes no mistake.
Powerful Pete Kuiper in his third year here for the Durham Lords. A good serve by Egan. The Lords have a chance. Played over by the setter. Nobody there. A miscommunication between Tuck and Delaware. And the Lords start to try and, well, they try and start a run here. 10-8 for the Colts.
Yeah, crawling their way back slowly but surely in this one. Was a 10-5 lead. Now up 10-8.
The serve by Egan. He gets into the court. Did you notice that? Anyways, the set goes to Righetto. Off the hands of Righetto. A net touch anyways after that ball hits the rafters. Power by Gianluca Righetto. He stops the run for the Lords.
Goodness. That came off the body just as hard as it came off the hand.
A serve by Matsudo is rolled into the net. We've seen that a couple times from Matsudo. It's been one of his weak spots, although nobody really cares on the Colts side, to be honest with you. He's one of the best setters in the league, so a service error here and there, who cares?
Yeah, top of the league in assists last year, assists per set, you name it. One of the best in the league at getting that in the best position you could want it.
Matsudo's set was trying to find Tuck in the middle, just out of his reach. Unable to get the ball over was Delaware, as the Lords have brought it to a 1-point game. Back on the service, Trent Angle. His serve, played by Castellato, goes over to Delaware. Powerful from Delaware. The Lords only sent one in Tyler Jagan. Unable to do anything with that. Delaware through his hands.
Great job by Delaware. One of the 9 freshmen on this Colts team that head coach Jordan Timpson's been working with in his first year. Great job out of the rip.
The set by the Lords out of the reach of Doucette as Casalato tries to set it. Goes to the net. Gianluca tries to battle with the setter. That is Kyle Travis. He beats Rigetto on that one. Puts it home, and it's 12-11.
Crawling it back to a 1-point game. Lords need to take this one. Be a tough crawl. We've seen it once today, but no one ever likes going down 2-0.
The set by the Lords. Just a little error there by Casalato. He's unable to handle the serve. The Lords put it down and tie the game at 12.
Centennial just their second game at home this year. Won their first one.
The serve by Travis is into the net as the Colts retake the lead on that service error.
Canador here tomorrow to face the Colts. Panthers traveling in. Busy weekend.
Tuck serve a good one. The set goes over to Kuiper. Partial block at the net as the Colts get a chance. Rigetto's hit into the net. Just a little hitting error there by Rigetto, and the Lords retie it back up. Back on the serve is Tyler Jagan. Jagan serve, a good one off the tape. Matsudo sets it into the middle to Corapi. He hammers that one into the net, though. And a 14-13 lead for the Lords. They're first in the second set.
All the way back to take the lead. Dwayne Cochran's got to be pretty excited with his team's response here.
Jagan serve handled by Casalato. Matsudo set goes to Rigetto. Skied over everybody and out the side. A 15-13 lead now for the Lords.
Durham's last time out. Obviously it was Pete Kuiper leading the way, but it was Owen Lunn and Tyler Jagan. Owen Lunn not here, out on the floor yet.
Jagan, a little service error there, rolls it into the net. Colts will take that point, stop the little run the Lords went on. Sending Nathan Hera to the line. The set by the Lords goes far side to Egan, blocked at the net by Michael Matsudo.
Matsudo getting it done with his size this time. Just 5'9", got up, got all of it. Both of these teams have only dropped 2 sets now this season. Durham coming in with just the one.
The set goes far side to William Egan. Colts only send one blocker in Matsudo. He's unable to block this one. Lords retake the serve, sending Will Doucette back.
Yeah, we've seen the Colts go with solo blockers. We've also seen them throw the triple team over there on Egan a couple times. That time, the solo not coming in to play.
Doucette serve off the body of Delaware. Rigetto keeps it up as Delaware tries to get the free ball over. Doesn't get there. A little miscommunication between Rigetto and Casalato there on the second touch.
Almost got it over. Everybody let it fall because it would have been the fourth. Would have been quite the save if they had sent it back all the way.
Served by Doucette is handled by the Colts. Corapi, the set goes to Corapi. Just mistimed there by Matsudo and Corapi. The Lords have extended their lead. It's 18-15.
Corapi, 13 kills on the year. Just the 171 percentage. He goes up for it a little bit.
Matsudo set goes over to Rigetto, blocked at the net by Pete Kuiper.
Stuffing full of turkey. A solo block right back in the face, forces the timeout. Pete Kuiper That's his 8th solo block of the year. 9th, excuse me.
So a timeout from Coach Jordan Timpson. A 19-15 lead for the Durham Lords here in set number 2. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center here in set number 2. The Durham Lords lead 19-15. Maybe have a little out-of-town scoreboard. Send it over to Zach Phillips for it.
Yeah, the women's basketball team closing in on their first victory as that one's sent wide by, I believe that's Hara. 68-56 in St. Lawrence. The Colts are up. 2 minutes to go in that. Aliana Dominguez leading the way with 17 points. 4 for 10 from beyond the three-point range, leading the way. Yaneli's Estrano Fernandez in there as well with 15. So keep an eye on that women's basketball team to close out that victory as this serve is sent wide. Great read by Pedro Castelletto.
Yeah, we'll keep checking in on that game because that is a big game for the women's basketball team looking to get their first victory of the game. Coming into the game here at the Athletic and Wellness Center for the Lords is number 14, Jack Stanley. Rigetto, though, on the serve for the Colts, now down by 4. Rigetto's serve played well by the Lords, not very well. Delaware's powerful kill off the body of Tyler Jagan.
Ruslan Delaware, how are ya? Absolutely rips that one home. 257 kill percentage coming into today, adding on it with that one. Holy moly.
Rigetto's serve a good one. The setter's got to get over the top of the net to touch that ball. He can't do it, though. The Colts will take the point. Now into a 2-point deficit for the Colts. Rigetto's serve off the hands of Jagan. The set goes into the middle, tipped over. Played well by the Colts as Matsudo set goes to Delaware and it's blocked. Colts reset, back to Delaware. He rolls it, played well by Travis. The set goes far side. That's to the newcomer, Stanley, played over the net by the Colts, flagged out. A good play there by Stanley to leave it alone on the far side.
Jack Stanley coming in.
As I say that, the Colts take that point. As I say that, the Colts took the point. I'm not sure what he called, to be honest with you. I thought that was a clean play the whole time, but he pointed the Colts' direction.
I can't even break it down. I think it might have been after a discussion. They thought it on the other side of the pole.
Yeah, so the judge does point Centennial's way. I don't know what. I believe he called a lift from what I looked.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in my angle.
We need to get the OCAA officials mic'd up.
I didn't see it from our angle. I wish we had that. I don't know if you want some of those chats. Pedro Castellato he's a scary man. You don't want to talk to him sometimes when he gets angry.
A couple hot mics might lead to some fines. So 20-19 we roll.
So the Colts will take that point, pushing it to 20-19 for the Lords. Rigetto serve. Played well. The set goes to Kuipers. His powerful hit off the hands of Hara on the far side. Kuipers' kill gives the Lords a 2-point lead.
Had some spin on that one too. Cut it like a slider. Man, that was a tough one for the Colts to read.
Coach Cochran is still talking at the bench. I'm assuming that's why the captains are brought brought forth. That is that's Pete Kuiper is the captain for the Lords. Probably telling his coach, Dwayne Cochran, to push back to the bench. He is livid about that final call.
Yeah, he is pretty animated over there on the sideline. I believe that's why the umpire called him his captain over, just to... Everything looks cool over there. They exchanged some smiles. Cooler heads obviously prevail, but...
So Kuiper has the serve for the Lords, up 2 here in the second set. Kuiper's serve, played by Delaware. Matsudo's got to get up to the net. Unable to do so, put away by Trent Angle.
Freshly checked in after Jack Stanley, and we mentioned a few plays ago, leading the league in digs per set, coming in with around 4 per set, brought in potentially for some defense, but then got right to it on the offense.
So Kuiper's serve now up by 3, heading the Colts' way. That serve is skied out. A dive away from that ball by Hara. Able to get out of the way. A service error by Kuiper.
I was about to say Hara looked like he was dodging a bullet, but it came off of Kuiper's arm, so he basically was. And it goes out of bounds. Good read there.
Colts looking to stage a little comeback here. Corpy has the serve. Handled by the Lords not well, as it'll be a free ball for the Colts. Matsudo set. Goes close side to Rigetto. Power by Gianluca Rigetto.
That was a big-time moment there from Gianluca. Saw Tuck go up for the little fake there, too. Just when the Colts needed a big point, Rigetto steps up and hammers one home. Big spot.
Corpy floats the serve over, handled better by the Lords as Hara keeps it up. Matsudo set goes to Delaware, off of the net, a point towards the Lords as they are up by 2, now 23-21.
Closing in on this second set victory, the Lords trying to tie it up. 1-1, timeout called. That gives us a great opportunity to let you know the Colts women's basketball team has just won their first game of the season. Final score of 73-58 in St. Lawrence.
A huge win there for the Colts. Their first of the season, knocking off what is a good team in the St. Lawrence Surge. So we head to a break here. The Colts down by 2 here in the second set, 23-21 for the Lords. We'll be back in just a few moments. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center here on Colts Net Live. The Durham Lords lead 23-21 in set number 2 as the Colts lead in sets 1-0. The serve by Stanley is floated just past the back line as the Colts take the first point out of the timeout.
Big timeout there. Not going to let it get out of hand too far, settle everything down.
Matsudo serve just floats again back past the back line, giving the Lords their 24th point and set point here in set number 2.
As I mentioned earlier, service errors for these two teams, something they'll need to continue working on, both outside of the top 10.
A good serve. The set goes over to Delaware, keeping the Colts alive.
Oh, big time, big time. Absolute smash down right in front of, I believe that was Stanley.
Sending one block in men's volleyball is never a good sign, to be honest with you. A lot of power on both sides of the floor. One blocker doesn't work too often as Delaware, another service error, gives the Lords the second set.
Big set victory for Durham there, as they would have fallen down 0-2, dropping as many sets in this one as they have coming into the year, or coming into the game all season. That's one, another close one though, but this time Durham comes out on top.
Yes, 25-23 set victory for the Durham Lords. We're now tied at 1 set apiece. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side with third set action. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. Jack Middleton alongside Zach Phillips here. Set number 3 coming your way. The Colts and the Lords splitting the first 2 sets, so it's 1-1 between the Durham Lords and the Centennial Colts.
Yeah, Colts coming into today with a 12.18 kills per set rating. Meanwhile, Lords coming in 14.08, so we've seen a lot of points today, as we expected. We'll continue to see that here in this third one.
Yeah, 2 undefeated teams doing battle here. A combined 7-0, the Lords and the Colts are, so we will have one less undefeated team here in the OCAA after this game.
Yeah, someone's leaving here today with a loss.
As the Colts get it started, it's Ruslan Delaware on the serve. An early error by number 12. That's Ben Rocheleau. As the Colts take the first point. Squidward's all up in my face right now. I'm not sure that I like it. He sat down. We're good. Man, he's big. Anyways, Ruslan Delaware on the serve, trying to keep the run going. Handled by the Lords. The block at the net by Rigetto is just out of bounds. A good hit there by Tyler Jagan gives the Lords their first point.
Yeah, good job there by Tyler Jagan. 4th-year member of this team from Calgary. Big part of it. You mentioned Squidward. You haven't been with us all day. Halloween has carried well into the weekend here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. I'm sure you'll catch a glimpse of the makeshift mascot of the day.
A great dig there by, that wasn't Rocheleau, that was the other libero, but it doesn't matter. A good kill there by Nathan Hara.
Nathan Hara has been having a great day for Centennial. A quiet day, but when he does show himself, it's always doing something very great.
Back on the serve for the first time in the game is Bosco Ducharme. Ducharme's serve handled by the Lords. The quick set goes into the middle to Doucette. Just out of play. A good play there by Matsudo to not touch that ball as the Colts take a 2-point lead.
Quick heads up thinking there. Michael Matsudo. Very, very keen defensive mind.
Ducharme's serve is rolled into the net. Another service error for the Centennial Colts here today. A 3-2 lead, though, for the Colts early in the third set.
Yeah, Bosco Ducharme, mentioned a little earlier, but 11 points last time Colts played last weekend against La Cité. Back in it for some action here.
The set by Matsudo goes behind him to Hara. Mishandled, but the Lords do get it over. Matsudo resets it over to Hara. A good dig there by the Lords. Blocked at the net by Corapi as the Lords try and get it over to the far side. Off. No touch. The Lords are begging for a touch call at the net.
Let's take a look at the replay here. It's tough to say.
It doesn't look like it. Stanley trying the smart play to just play that off the blocker's hand and out of play, but it doesn't look like it touches anybody.
I don't think it ended up catching any fingertips there.
The Colts take the point, and Hara back for the serve. Hara's serve into the net. A little ball don't lie action for the Durham Lords. It's a 4-3 early on. On the serve is Pete Kuipers for the Lords.
Still 4 undefeated teams. As that one, another error. Tough day for serving. 4 undefeated teams left in the East Division. Canadore, Centennial, and Georgian and Durham. Meanwhile, Humber, the lone undefeated club in the West.
Rigetto serve handled by Jagan. Played over the net by the setter. A good play there by Kyle Travis to get the Lords back within 1.
Excellent read by Kyle Travis. Came into today with just 12 points. With the setter, not known for the offense. That time getting it done. The
serve by Stanley handled well. The set goes into the middle to Corapi. He puts that through the block for a 6-4 lead.
Great execution there by Corapi. Saw a hole and filled it. Absolutely drilled that down.
A sub for the Colts. Coming back into the game as Nolan Tuck, out as Bosco Ducharme. as the serve by Corpy is dug out well by Stanley. The set comes far side or close side to Jagan. Dug out well. Matsudo set over to the far side of the Lords off the block of Delaware. Matsudo unable to reach that second ball as the Lords take the point.
Yeah, tough fall, tough bounce there. Just not going the way of the Colts. Another back and forth set we go.
Angle serve. Castellato plays it. Matsudo set goes far side to Delaware. Just a little mistiming on that set. Matsudo set just a little bit low for Delaware as we go to a tie game at 6.
Delaware second on the team in points. It's going to be a big 1-2 punch with Rigetto, as those who watched a lot last year can feel the missing presence of Leo Salazar.
Who was actually sitting in the crowd today. He joined us for homecoming. Well, he's sitting in the crowd cheering on his team. Has a good dig there by Castellato. Sets up a free ball over the net for the Lords. The set goes into the middle to do set out of the reach of Nathan Hara. The Lords take their first lead and forces the Colts to take their first timeout of the set.
Yeah, a good rally there. But as you mentioned, Salazar in the crowd today, cheering on the homecoming crowd with everybody. But Delaware is going to be that big piece that they'll look for him to step up in that big absence. And it's a big shoes to fill that you just can never imagine replacing, but you just gotta keep throwing bodies in there. Pedro Castelletto will be another big part, even though he was here last year and did big things for the team, both serving and with his digs. So as we move on in this year, the Colts team taking a new identity.
Yeah, Castellato actually was an outside hitter last year, transitioning to a position he's been in most of his life at libero. But because they had a very good libero last year, Castellato had to be an outside hitter. Played well there, but now in his very good position.
Back in his comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the captain, Castelletto, a good friend of ours, works with us at Colts. Very hard worker, always putting in 110%. Is exactly what you want in a team captain. Back on the floor there, you see number 4, Pedro Castelletto, in the dark color libero jersey, talking with Hera. Number 1 there, that's Rigetto. Beside him is Delaware. Up front, you got Matsudo and Tuck.
We replay with Trent Engel on the serve for the Lords, up by 1. Handled by Castellato, a little misjudged, but the set goes to Hera. Blocked. Comes to the far side, tipped over by Jagan as the Colts get a free ball. Rigetto tips it, a smart play. Nobody on the far side for the Durham Lords. A very smart play by Gianluca Rigetto.
Rigetto using that big brain of his, not always power. Sometimes the smartest play is just to get it on the floor. Great job there by Gianluca.
Matsudo, a good serve this time. Kuiper ball touched at the net by Delaware. We were trying to actually capitalize on Kuiper. That ball was in no matter what. Doesn't matter. The Lords back out into the lead.
Absolutely ripped. Kudos to, I believe that was Delaware going up, or maybe it was Corpy to challenge it. That's a tough solo block to take.
Castellato mishandles that ball. Matsudo keeps it alive and Rigetto over.
Job.
A great play there by the Colts. They got to get up to block Jagan. They do, to the floor. A great block by Nolan Tuck. And a great play all around by the Centennial Colts.
All the way around the umpire stand. Matsudo sends it back, and they capitalize. Great work there. Another conversation at the umpires stand as we have too many players rolling onto the court. That's Castelletto talking alongside Kuiper. I didn't see any excessive celebrating on either of the last few big points.
I'm not sure that's what we're talking about. I have no clue, to be honest, what we're talking about.
It's been a guessing game up here in the booth when it comes to some of these conversations, but we back underway, 8-8. Now Timpson wants a little bit of an explanation. I imagine they're talking about Matsudo's play back across.
Yeah, they're talking.
And whether it was legal.
Yeah, they're talking about the pole, actually. I saw Castellato kind of talk about the pole. They're making sure that it is straight. Whether that influenced the last play or not, I'm not entirely sure. It looked like Matsudo's ball was clear to the right of that post, which is all he needs to do to keep that ball in play.
Little bit of a fix there on the pole. Appropriate music playing here at the AWC.
Game day announcer Ryan Miller throwing in some Jeopardy thinking time. We've had a lot of it today.
We have had some conversations, but this one looks to be wrapping up here. As long as that, and they've issued a warning now on the head coach of the Durham Lords, Dwayne Cochran.
Yeah, the warning goes to Dwayne Cochran. He's asking for help from every single ref, to be honest with you, out on this court. He wants that, continuously sending his captain and Kuipers over to the ref. Dangerous play by Cochran. Possibility to have a red card shown his way if he continues.
Yeah, there's not the first time we've seen the conversation get a little bit over just the normal tone.
If anybody noticed there to the right of the screen, a cute little interaction between Matsudo and Castellato. Matsudo went over and grabbed himself a granola bar and fed it to Castellato.
It's homecoming day here. Lots of food, and here we go.
And a red card to the coach of Dwayne Cochran. He is continuously talking to every single ref, and probably deservedly so.
He got the yellow moments ago and just kept going. He didn't move from his spot. The official he was not talking to is the one that keeps issuing the card. He's still more confusion here.
Believe it or not, you can have 2 red cards as a coach.
Damn.
So he's got 1. No point deduction. Nobody gets kicked out, believe it or not, in a red card. It is just point deductions. But we're back in play as the Colts. The set goes over to Rigetto off the block of Tyler Jagan. A great block at the net for the Lords.
Huge play there by Centennial. Back underway. More net fixing going on.
I think they're talking about why the red card was given and nothing happened, to be honest with you. The serve by Tyler Jagan. Handled by Castellato. The set by Matsudo. Right behind him to Hara. A powerful kill by Nathan Hara.
The libero for Durham could all but react to that. Absolutely murdered down.
I don't like their white jerseys, to be honest with you. That number is horrible to look at.
Yeah, the white on white is a tough read.
The set off the body of Tuck. Unable to handle that one. We go to 10-9 here in the third set. Back and forth affair. It's been a long one here in this third set, believe it or not. Lot of interruptions between both sides, but we're back in play with Will Doucette. His serve handled by Delaware, probably out, but Delaware handles it. Rigetto skies that off the top of his hand. An error by Jean-Luc Rigetto as the Lords take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, just a little mishit there coming in from Rigetto. You mentioned off the fingertips. Probably off his fingernail. That one's sore.
Doucette serve off the top of the tape. He just tries to float that one. Can't get it over the top of the net. Another service error between these two teams.
Wish we had a total for the day. Live scoring would have quite a high number.
Oh, we're for sure in double digits. We might be touching 15 right now. As a good serve by Hara is played at the net and put away by Trent Angle.
Great job there, Trent Angle, the middle from Ajax in his first year. with the Lords. Been called quite a few times here today.
Kuiper serve, handled by Rigetto. Matsudo set goes far side to Rigetto, blocked at the net by Angle. That second ball does touch the rafters here at the Athletic and Wellness Center.
Just grazing the bottom of that low beam. Thought for a second it might stay just low enough. That one almost there again.
Yeah, the set goes close side to Hara. Off the hands of the block as the Lords play it over to Kuiper. Blocked at the net by Michael Korapi.
That's one of Korapi's toughest blocks he's made all season. Going up, jumping with Pete Kuiper. Got all of it with that right arm, I think. Stuffs it home.
Gianluca Rigetto on the serve for the Colts. His serve. Played well by the Lords. Dug out by Castellato. A free ball goes over to the Lords as the set is battled at the net. Korapi and Travis battling. Travis wins that and a 14-11 lead.
Ball 50-50 right there on the net. Travis just tucks it down straight to the floor, winning the battle. Lords pulling away a little bit.
Stanley's serve played by Rigetto. A powerful kill there by Korapi off the hands of Stanley as the Colts take that point back.
Rigetto ripping that one off one of the better diggers in the league in Jack Stanley. Currently with 4 per set. Still young in the season, but that was a massive strike.
Dug out well by the Lords. A couple of the baseball guys were in my way, sorry. As Matsudo plays it over. A 2-touch. Smart play by Michael Matsudo. We saw that last year. That was their clinching play last year against the St. Clair Saints. Matsudo loves to do it. He's very deceptive when he does it.
Matsudo might be one of the better volleyball players I've seen at pulling that move off. Last year brought it out, like you said, many times. We've seen it many times this year as well, as that was ripped.
That serve was ripped, but Jagan rips right back to the left of Korapi. And the Lords take that point. We go back and forth, 15-13.
Absolute meatballs both ways. What a serve. Can't believe they handled that so cleanly.
That was a powerful serve by Korapi, but handled well and put away very well by Jagan for the Lords, as Angle has the serve for the Lords. Matsudo set goes far side to Delaware off the hands of the block. That's the smart play there. Just a mistimed set. Doesn't matter. Delaware off the hands of the block.
Ruslan Delaware, we mentioned how important he is. Another excellent touch.
Matsudo's serve. Played well by the Lords. Goes to Kuiper. Matsudo digs it out, but it's out on the far side of the court. A good dig by Matsudo. Unfortunately out. As again, we trade points.
That's a tough dig right there from Matsudo. Almost coming away with it. Another high scoring set between these two teams. We knew we were in for it, and boy, it's delivering.
The serve by Travis into the net. Another service error for the Durham Lords. Delaware serve, a good one. The Lords set it quickly to the middle to do set. Dug out by the Colts. A battle at the net. Not won by the Colts, won by, who was that? That was Kuiper's on the close side. He wins that battle, a 17-15 lead.
That one bouncing around all over the place there on the Colts half. Somehow they almost got it up.
Jagan on the serve. His serve, handled by Castellato. Matsudo's set goes into the middle to Tuck. Dug out well by Travis. Just dug over. Matsudo's just little touch is an okay set to Rigetto as the Lords get a free ball back the other way. Blocked at the net. The Lords keep it up. Jagan's set goes to Kuiper's. He dives, unable to get that ball over the net. A good effort there by Pete Kuiper.
Tuck, Hera, and Rigetto all going up for the triple block just before. Just before that took place. Great job from them.
Tuck serve. Handled by Stanley. The set goes far side to Kuiper. Through the hands of the block, off the hands of Tuck. Kuiper, another powerful kill for the Lords.
Substitution on the floor. Tuck will check out quickly.
Doucette has the serve, up 2 here in the third set.
Tuck's been the one floating with the libero.
Matsudo set goes outside to Rigetto off the hands of Kuiper. Rigetto, they always go to Rigetto when they need that point. They did. We're going to have a couple substitutions coming for the Colts. First in is number 3. That's AJ Thrasingham. Coming out is Michael Matsudo. Also coming out, Nathan Hara. Into the game is number 6, Christian Don Ruiz. If you recognize that name, that is the brother of the Ruiz on the women's team. So they came over as brother sister.
That's an excellent story. The two siblings fighting along for the Colts.
His serve was played well as a free ball now goes to the Colts. The set by Ruiz goes close side to AJ. He pounds that home. The connection of the new Colts into the game.
Absolutely smack down, tying it up 18-18. What a back and forth battle we've got.
Bringing some new energy in is Ruiz and Thrasingham. The serve by Ruiz is in, an ace by Christian Don Ruiz.
Excellently tucked in, fresh into the game. The 5'8" Scarborough native. Absolutely peeling one down.
Reserve, another good one. Handled by Jagan. The set goes over to Kuiper, off the block by Rigetto. The Colts get it. Castellato's set. Goes far side to Rigetto, off the hands. A good block there by Kuiper, but it is out off the hands of Kuiper as the Colts now have a 20-18 lead.
Absolute hammer right off the hands. I thought that was going to be enough of a block, and Centennial was going to have to try and scramble off of it, but it just falls out of bounds.
The Colts bringing some energy. I saw assistant coach Scott Brannigan trying to bring some energy, get the crowd fired up. A service error from Ruiz. The Lords have their 19th points, 20-19 all of a sudden.
This third decisive set is shaping up to be an absolute marathon. We've been back and forth all 20 points.
Kuiper serve, handled by Castellato. The set goes close side to Rigetto. He just has to roll it over. A quick set goes into the middle to Trent Engel. He powers that through the one-man block as we're tied at 20.
Just off the fingertips on the leap there. 20-20. Dangerously in the hands of Kuiper.
Colts crowd getting loud on to Kuiper as the set goes to Delaware. Through the hands of the blocker Engel. Delaware gets the Colts back in front.
Powerful strike there, right middle. Lord sent a blocker ineffectively. Timpson gives Rigetto where to go.
Rigetto serve, just a roller off the hands of Stanley. The set goes far side to Kuiper. He tries to power that through the block, but it is blocked. The set goes back to Stanley. Another tip. He's unable to get that ball, but it is a point for the Lords. Looks like a blocker touched the net.
See if we can see that white shake. I don't see it off that angle.
I'm going to believe it. I'm not near the net. I'm going to believe it.
He was standing right there staring at it. Tough, close play at the net. Durham gets the point.
I believe that net touch came right before. There was a lift in the middle of that, but the net touch before it as Ruiz set goes far side to Thrasingham. That ball gets all the way back to the Colts as Ruiz resets it to Delaware. Off the hands of the block, and it goes out. Powerful from Ruslan Delaware.
Great answer by the Colts. Going up, they double block him, but he doesn't matter. Hammers it through. Goes a ricochets out of bounds. That last whistle, as you mentioned that carry, that's what I thought it was coming in for, but the net violation coming in earlier.
A serve there by Corapi. Handled by the Lords. A good dig there by Corapi as it resets to Delaware. Off the hands of the block. A Colts point as Delaware starts to give a little energy to this Colts crowd.
That sent Centennial's bench into an absolute frenzy as well. That was a big point, and they knew it. And it forces the Lords into a timeout, and this crowd is loving every second of it.
This crowd is getting crazy loud here in homecoming weekend for the Centennial Colts. A 23-21 lead here in set number 3. We'll be back in just a few moments. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. The Colts lead 23-21 in set number 3 as Corapi's got the serve for the Colts. Powerful over the head. A great play there by the libero. Who is that? Number 12, Ben Rochelo. A great play there to leave it. The Lords get the first point out of the timeout. A good timeout from Dwayne Cochran to stop the run.
Coming in at a perfect time. See if they can tie this one up. It's been back and forth the entire way.
The set from Ruiz goes to Delaware, blocked at the net by Will Doucette as they do tie it 23-23.
Been an excellent day for volleyball at the AWC. We saw the thriller women's game right before us, and these first 3 sets of this men's game have been back and forth action, point after point, smash after smash. Who's going to take this third one?
Angel's serve is played by the Colts. The roll tip over as the Lords. That ball is hit out by Jagan. The Colts take the point. They go into set point.
Big time there. That one travels just a little long.
Looks like those subs are coming back in. Matsudo comes back in for Thurasingham. And Hara comes back in for Ruiz. So Timpson going back to his regular lineup with a set point on the line.
Effective coaching there by Timpson. Got his best guys a breather while not sacrificing anything on the court. We saw Don Ruiz hit 2 clutch serves.
Matsudo's got the serve for the Colts. Matsudo's serve floating, and a good one handled by Stanley. The set comes far side to Jagan. He tips it, and Casalato keeps it up. Matsudo's set goes close side to Hara. He goes around the block, but dug out by Kuipers as a free ball for the Colts. Matsudo's set comes close side to Hara, off the hands of the block. The Colts win set number 3. What a set from the Centennial Colts.
My goodness, what a back and forth battle that entire time. It's Hara putting the exclamation point on that one, hammering it down 25-23 for the second consecutive set. Centennial now leads 2-1.
As you mentioned, a 2-1 set lead for the Centennial Colts. We got 4 set action coming your way with the Colts a chance to put it away in just a few minutes. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. We did some research here in between the third and fourth sets on that red and yellow card handed out. The two of us up here don't exactly know the card rules, believe it or not. So we looked it up. I'm going to send it to Zachary Phillips to read it out for you.
So the card sanctions for the OCAA this season, 2024-2025, warnings are verbal, and that's stage 1. We saw one of those issued out. We saw the stage 2 symbol yellow card also handed out, and then the penalty sanction, which is the red card, and we saw the ball go across. But the disqualification is what we missed, and it's when a symbol red and a yellow card are both shown separately, which we thought was the case, but must not be the case. So no disqualification came in during that set.
Oh, thanks for that. We were a little confused up here. The Colts took the first point of the set. As Tuck has the first serve for the Colts. Matsudo's set comes close side to Rigetto. Off the hands of Kuiper is going to be out of play. Just a little bit too powerful from Gianluca Rigetto. And the Colts have a 2-0 lead.
Good job here out of the gate. Centennial needing to not let the Durham Lords breathe at all. They don't want to have them crawl back into this set in any way, shape, or form. Any way that this goes to 5, it's anybody's game, obviously.
Hara keeps that in play. Delaware a free ball over as the set for the Lords comes close side to Jagan. Dug out by Matsudo. Delaware set comes close side to Rigetto, blocked. Colts try it again. Into the middle. Put away by Michael Corpy. A good little scenario there for the Colts. Continuously getting the ball. Corpy finally putting it past the block of the Lords.
Great job by Centennial. Just resetting constantly. I want to shout out Tyler Jagan on one of those blocks, though. The 5'11" Calgary, Alberta native got up there using all that frame. Good leaps on him. Centennial, though, powering it through the second time he went up.
Kuiper's roll just into the middle of the Colts defensive system. Gets the first point for the Lords.
Battle of the undefeated here on homecoming day. Couldn't ask for a better matchup in front of a packed crowd.
That set from Matsudo is just out of the reach. Oh, we call a 2-touch before that. An error by Matsudo. The Lords get their second point, and we go to 3-2. A serve by Jagan. Handled by Castellato. The set goes far side. Tahara kept up. A quick set goes to Doucette. He powers that through the block off the hands of Castellato.
Little out-of-town scoreboard update for men's volleyball across the league. Redeemer took down Mohawk 3-2. Georgian defeated La Cité 3-1. And the only other matchup is right here at the AWC. Right now, Colts up 2-1.
Loads of action as Jagan fires that past everybody on the Colts side and out. The Colts, another error for the Lords. The Colts go back to the service line and send Nathan Hara. The serve, handled by the Lords. Just a free ball over by Jagan. Matsudo's set tries to go into the middle. Touched at the net. Matsudo's set again goes to Rigetto. Kept up by Matsudo. Castellato's going to set back to Rigetto off the hands of the block and kept up very well by Jagan. The free ball by Stanley is going to go to the Colts. Matsudo set into the middle to Corpy. Kept alive again for the Lords. Going over to Kuiper through the hands of the block. Oh, what a rally between the Colts and the Lords. Kuiper puts it away.
Take a breath after that one, Jack. My goodness, that was an absolute marathon of a rally. Great job by both teams on defense. Keeping it up, keeping it going, resetting, re-scrambling. Just great volleyball. That'll send Will Doucette back to let her rip.
Doucette serve handled by Castellato. The set goes to Rigetto off the block of Kuiper and Engel. A point for the Colts for Gianluca Rigetto.
Rigetto doing all the home cooking here today. Back to serve now. Gives some direction from Timpson.
Rigetto serve into the net. Timpson looks a little bit frustrated on the far side. Another service error between these two teams. We go to tied at 5.
Just a nut, like, as we mentioned, these two teams aren't in the top 10 when it comes to limiting these, but it seems even though with those numbers, we've seen many service errors today.
The dig there by Delaware goes to the net, killed down by the Lords. They take their first lead of the 4th set. Pete Kuiper on the serve. His serve is rolled out. Just a missed toss there by Kuiper. You saw him, his facial expression when he tossed that ball was, uh-oh, that's not going to go well. He rolls that over everybody. Another error. Very
rare mistake coming out of Kuiper. As you could tell right as soon as it left his fingers, like you said. He knew.
And an ace from Michael Corpy. Nobody from the Lords moved on this ball. See on the replay, just miscommunication between Jagan and Stanley. The Colts will take it and retake the lead.
That one powered home there. Corpy getting it done from the service line this time.
He's just going to float it. What a smart play. And a great dig there by Rochelot as the Colts get the free ball back. Matsudo set goes to Tuck. No touch at the net. He just fires that beyond everybody. We go back to 7-7. We're trading points once again.
Another trade, another serve. But what a great play off the start of that last rally by both teams. The serve on the little floater from Corpy and the diving stop. I believe it was Hunter coming in.
Yeah, mistake there from Stanley. Tries to float serve, and that ball doesn't even get to the net. The Colts will take the point.
Trying to do a little return the favor action. Can't capitalize.
That set goes far side to Jagan. He powers that off the hands of Tuck.
These two teams, I mentioned earlier, played twice last year as they do the home and home with East Division opponents. Centennial took both of those matchups by a score of 3-1. Still on the table for that here today, but much closer action between these two teams.
Matsudo's set goes to Delaware off the, I believe off the hands of the block. We're kind of deciding. It
was Tyler Jagan in there with the block.
We don't know who touched the ball. This can't be a good scenario for Lords coach Cochran. This can't be a good scenario. If this goes Colts' way, I see him exploding, to be honest with you. That looks like it's off the hands.
It does look like it goes off of Jagan's arm.
That has to be off the hands.
Yeah.
We're now calling the next ref. We're calling every ref over. Let's have a huge huddle. 9-8 currently the score. With that point on the board, we're going to discuss. Nobody knows what this hit. So does the net move here? It does.
The net moves quite a bit, which makes me it's tough to tell from the backside, but it might have caught all white on the net and none of Jagan's arm. That's what we're looking for. Number one, when he goes up for the block there, watch his arm. A great shot. Great look there by our crew.
I don't know.
It could be coming down there. You see him clip the net on his way down. The ball.
Jagan was very well. He really thought he didn't touch that ball, but it looks like they've ruled it a Colts point, so we stay at 9-8. The Colts have the serve, sending Ruslan Delaware back to the line.
Another really, really close play here today.
A great serve there by Ruslan Delaware. Moving out of the way was Kuiper. A little mistake in communication. You saw there that back line for the Lords were just kind of mixing up in the middle of that serve.
Yeah, they knew it was going to land in bounds. They just didn't know who was going to take it.
Delaware, another serve to the exact same spot. Another miscommunication error and an ace for Delaware.
Another good look at it. You can see it's pretty much identical. Same result.
So the Lords make a change after that. Stanley comes out. Coming back in is number 2, William Egan.
No doubt this time they'll have the conversation on who's going to take it. And I don't doubt he's going to send it in the same spot.
A serve from Delaware off the hands of Egan and Jagan. Another ace from Delaware. And a timeout from Dwayne Cochran.
Back-to-back-to-back aces coming in and that forces Durham into a timeout. The first time we've seen in the last 2, maybe 3 sets, more than a 4-point lead starting to grow. It's crazy here how close these two teams have been playing.
Yeah, a little momentum from everybody. We got back-to-back-to-back replays coming your way. Everybody diving out of the way, and this final one, a mishap between Jagan and Egan as the Colts take a 4-point lead into this timeout. 12-8 for the Colts in the fourth set. We'll be back in just a few moments. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center, you got Jack Middleton and Zach Phillips calling the game here today. Set number 4 between the Lords and the Colts. The Colts have the serve. It's Delaware. Handled finally by the Lords, but blocked at the net. The set goes far side to Jagan, kept up again by Matsudo. Rigetto just rolls it over the net. Doucette keeps it up. The set is a missed hit. The hit there by Hara is just outside. He had a bunch of court to hit, and he hits it just that 1.5 feet too far. The Lords stop the run by Delaware.
Another back and forth set there, or another back and forth rally. Saw the Colts almost take advantage, and just sending it a little long was Hara.
So going back to the service, Kyle Travis. His serve is out, just a bit too long. A great play there by the back line of the Colts. A 13-9 lead now.
A great read coming in from both Delaware and I think
Yeah, it would have been
Castelletto was back there.
there.
It might have been Matsudo as well. Either way, a beautiful read.
The set goes into the middle. Sorry to cut you off, but
Absolutely.
play-by-play going. Rigetto tips it over. It kept up very well there by Travis. The set goes far side to Kuiper. The Colts send 3 off the hands of Koropi. Kuiper power through the block of the Colts.
Colts went up with numbers, but just couldn't come down with it. That one just squeaks through all 3, right over to the scorers table. Durham crawled right back in it.
Tyler Jagan on the serve, handled by Rigetto. Not well, though, as the Lords get the ball back. Jagan set goes to Kuiper on the far side as Delaware keeps that in. Probably wasn't, doesn't matter. Hara's got it. Rolled off the block of the Lords. I don't think it was, but Rigetto kept up by, who was that? Hunter. Anyways, Hunter now has it. That goes to Jagan. He'll roll it over, and Delaware keeps it up. Matsudo, far side to Rigetto. Off the hands of Hunter. Another great dig. Jagan plays it over as the Colts re-get the ball to Rigetto. He tips it over, kept up by the Lords. Kuiper off of the hands of the block. We go back and forth. Matsudo to the far side to Hara. That set was way into the middle of the net. The Colts don't take that point. What a rally between the Lords and the Colts.
Just absolute pandemonium back and forth. Timpson there was looking for a net violation towards the very end. Didn't get one. Colts lose the point. Durham fights back in it after going down 5. The timeout brings them back within 2.
It's Tyler Jagan still on the serve for the Lords. His serve handled by Delaware. Matsudo set goes really quickly to Corpy, blocked at the net, read well. The Lords set it to Kuiper, blocked at the net. The Colts are reading that one as well. The set goes far side to Kuiper through the hands of the block. Corpy and Rigetto were not tight together, off their hands. The Lord bring it to a 1-point game.
Yeah, if you're going to go up with Kuiper, you're going to have to be tight, and you're going to have to be tall that time. Little bit of a missed time and a little bit of separation. It was too easy for Pete Kuiper.
Jagan serve finally into the net. An error by Jagan. A good run for him, but the Colts stay in the lead. It's 14-12.
Hara back to the line. From Ajax in his second year, 6'3", lets it rip.
Hara's serve dug out well. The set goes far side to Egan. That is ruled out.
We're going to look at the replay here. It's right in front of the official. The Durham side could not believe it. But the Colts will get the ball and they'll send it over. It's tough to tell from our angle.
I don't know what they were worried about. That looked really out the set. A good set by the Lords. Played over as Delaware's got it. It looked like that ball was tipped, and it was tipped at the net. That ball had some wacky spin coming off of the hands. You see it here. Yeah,
oh
that does tip and roll through everybody.
Looked like a left-handed cutter coming at you.
Our baseball knowledge up here in the booth is crazy. Your volleyball, not so much.
Yeah, that is for sure.
The set by the Lords goes to Kuiper. Who is that off of? This is going to be a magical little yelling spree between the two teams. I believe that was off the block of the Colts into the post.
They'll call in both officials.
It was ruled that Kuiper hit the post, but I don't believe that did happen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, even Timpson's pointing.
Yeah, Timpson being a very good sport, very sportsmanlike. Yes, it is off the hands of Rigetto into the post there. So Timpson being very sportsmanlike, I guess, sportsmanship, whatever you want to use, giving the Lords the point. Doucette now on the serve.
We saw Tony Clark doing something similar in the women's game earlier from the Lords.
Yeah, you got to
just good competition here.
Yeah, when the points are actually the points, got to make sure that they go the right way, no matter if it's for you or against you. I love that from both coaches.
Mm-hmm. Good another point there, but Centennial sends it a little long.
So Doucette still on the serve for the Lords, down by 2, 16-14 here in the fourth set. Doucette serve. Floated past everybody and out. Another service error from the Durham Lords.
I've lost track.
I feel like I say that way too much. People back home are going to get tired of me saying it, but what am I supposed to do about it, really?
Yeah, live scoring for this one would have been probably busted in that category.
That set goes into the middle to Trent Egan off the block of the Colts. Powered home. They stay within 2.
Just an excellent attempt at the block, but not quite tight enough to the mesh. As speaking of that mesh, they're going to tighten up the poles as...
Yeah, probably after that little discussion that we had.
The one off Rigetto's fingertips probably doing a little bit of damage.
So he resets the pole. The ball gets handed back to Kuiper, and we restart here, 17-15 for the Colts. Handled by Casalato. The set goes into the middle to Corpy, kept up by Kuiper, but the Colts get the ball back. Matsudo set back to Corpy and kept alive once again. He sets outside to Delaware, blocked one more time as the Colts keep going. A free ball finally. The Lord's set goes out to, that was to Egan, kept up well by Rigetto. The set goes to Delaware off the hands of the setter. That's Kyle Travison into the pole. A great play there by the Colts, a smart one.
That one there going the way of Centennial this time. Exact same spot we were just all convened around. That time it was clearly obvious who put it off the stick. Tough break for the Lords, but Centennial will gobble it right up.
Corpy serve into the net right after you mentioned that. They don't take advantage of that little mistake and hand the ball right back to the Lords.
Yeah, that's the net gobbling on that one. William Egan.
Egan on the serve. It is out. He flags out on that far side. That was a tough little look.
It was a good look there from our crew. The umpire standing out of bounds had to move inbounds. That's what he's going to use, just like I'm not going to use another baseball reference.
I would have loved it as Matsudo does make the serve. Delaware goes up for a battle. Tipped off the hands. It looks like it's going to go the way of, we haven't pointed, it goes to the way of the Durham Lords.
Timpson's going to want an explanation on that one.
I'm understanding that one this time. They battle, and it's pushed by, who is that? Number 13, Kyle Travis. It's pushed towards Delaware and off of the hands of Delaware, so that is the correct call.
Yeah, it's 6'3", Lord player on Delaware, just the 6'1". You said it was Travis. Oh,
we're in the middle of that. Castellato makes a great play to keep that ball up, and a free ball goes to the Lords. The set by Travis goes far side. Tries to go to Jagan Doucette. Nobody home, but Matsudo resets it to Rigetto off the hands, kept up well. Another great play by Egan to keep that up. The Colts get the free ball back. Matsudo sets behind him to Delaware. A one-man block, but Jagan does touch the net. The Colts will take the point.
I think that one was pretty obvious. You can take a look at the replay here. He caught a little bit of it on the way down. I saw that little flick live right in front of the official. 20-17, Centennial closing in on the victory.
Delaware serve, handled well. The set goes very quickly to Doucette in the middle, powered through the block of the Colts.
The Durham side of the crowd absolutely erupted after that one. I saw about 8 or 9 people launch off their feet.
That was a very powerful kill there by Doucette. The Lords have the serve down 2. Matsudo set goes to Tuck in the middle off the hands of the block, miraculously kept alive by the Lords. Matsudo resets to Tuck, off the hands of Doucette, out of the reach of Travis. They keep going back to the well, and it finally works for the Colts.
Excellent work from Centennial to stay poised after the Lords somehow managed to keep that first one up and sent it back over. They just regrouped and sent it right back down into the pay dirt.
Tuck now has the serve as the Lords try and go quick off the hands of Doucette. Played well by Matsudo. Rigetto plays it over the net. It's going to be back-to-back free balls. Matsudo sets into the middle to Corpy off the hands of Matsudo, kept alive by Hara, and a free ball back over. We're playing quick. That's set into the middle to Will Doucette. Power and smart move by the setter, Kyle Travis, to get that to Doucette. Nobody home to block.
Absolute beautiful volleyball IQ there. Knew exactly where he was going with it and why. Doucette finishes it off. 21-19, another absolute thrilling set.
Jagan serve handled by Castellato. The back set goes to Hara off his head. Matsudo sets it to Rigetto. It goes very quickly to Doucette in the middle. Like I said, back to the well. They keep hammering home from Doucette.
If it's working, why not? They keep letting it rip, and it keeps getting home. Now just a 1-point game. Crowd really into it here.
Colts fans getting loud on this serve from Jagan. It's into the net. The Colts up 22-20. Uh-oh, we got the subs coming in, the powerful electric subs coming in for the Colts. Redoing it, Matsudo coming out, AJ Thrasingham coming in, as well as Nathan Hara coming out, and Christian Don Ruiz coming in for the Colts.
Now we saw this exact same scenario take place last set. Don Ruiz didn't serve right away, but when he did, he was effective. He's going to be stepping in a massive spot here.
Don Ruiz serve into the net. A misfortunate substitution there from Timpson. 22-21 we go. Lords with the ball.
We'll send Doucette to the line. The hot hand of this fourth set.
Doucette serve handled well. The set from Don Ruiz supposed to go over to Thrasingham. Out of the reach. A miss set there from Don Ruiz.
Big spot here now, 22-22. New subs coming in. Give back-to-back points over to Durham. Tied up.
The float serve by Doucette, handled by Rigetto. The set goes into the middle to Rigetto, handled by Doucette. The Lords set it to Jagan in the middle from the back line. What a kill from Tyler Jagan. They take their first lead at 23-22.
5'11", Tyler Jagan climbed the ladder and absolutely rang the bell on that one. Found it right tucked in the back corner. What a huge point for him and his team.
Before we hit the break, we got an out-of-time scoreboard for our men's basketball team. They currently lead the St. Lawrence Surge 33-23 with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. As I mentioned that, we got a tight one here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, 23-22 for the Durham Lords. We head to a break very quickly and come back with the final points of the fourth set. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center in the fourth set, the Lords now have their first lead, 23-22, as the Colts bring those substitutions back in. Maksudo and Hara back in to try and ring this fourth set in and end the game for the Colts.
Another conversation between Cochran and the official. This one much more civil.
Already we restart on the serve from Doucette. He floats that way out of bounds. A great timeout from Timpson. Cuts that run down at 23.
That one sailed on him. Unfortunate timing for the Lords out of the timeout. Tough break as they trade errors.
Rigetto's serve just rolled off the net. You don't see that often from Rigetto. We've seen it already a couple times today. The error forces the Lords into a set point. Kuiper serve. Rigetto plays it well by William Egan. He plays it at the net. A great play from William Egan as the Lords take the fourth set and force a fifth set thriller.
Well, it just seemed like this one inevitably deserved 5. Back and forth we go. All 4 of these have been thrillers, and we're going to get a fifth one here.
So we head to the fifth set. We're going to have our coin flip to see what goes on here in the fifth set. We'll head to a break quickly.
I think that's 3 straight sets we've had a 25-23 score.
Yeah, we're moving along with 25-23 for sure. We'll head to our break quickly, give you guys a rest as we come back with fifth set action. back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. Fifth set action between the Durham Lords and the Centennial Colts. You've got Jack Middleton alongside Zach Phillips calling the game for you today. An exciting one already. If you missed it, the women's game also went to fifth set action as the Colts pulled off a miraculous upset against the top-seeded Durham Lords. And that one a 5-set thriller. And we got another one coming your way now.
Absolutely, Jack. That's volleyball here at the AWC today has been nothing short of thrilling for the homecoming crowd here, filled in as we're underway. That one's ripped.
The first serve by Delaware is out. The Lords take the first point of the fifth set.
25-23, 3 straight sets we've gone. It's only inevitable that this one got to number 5. I can't remember back to the first set score, but it was within the 25-23 range as well. So
yeah, the Colts
lots
won that
of
one.
points.
Colts won that one by about 7. That was the only point. That was the only set that actually got out of hand, to be honest with you. The rest really close. The Colts get their first point.
Yeah, over, 200 points scored here today.
At least. Nolan Tuck on the serve. He floats that into the net. Back-to-back service errors from the Colts, giving the Lords their first 2 points.
To 15 we march here. Who's going to go home with the first loss of this young 24-25 OCAA season in the stacked East Division?
That set goes to Rigetto. A smart play left-handed. Just powers that down. Nobody goes up for the block.
Easy look there. 2-2, 2-2.
Some people in the crowd think that was a carry. That is allowed in volleyball, believe it or not. A good play there by Rigetto. Finally a serve. Lands in for the Colts. That hit there by the Lords. That was William Egan. He floats that out the back. Just a miss hit by Egan. The Colts now have the lead.
Yeah, a little flutter out long. Great job by Centennial, not even giving it a look. I don't even think they could have, honestly, but Hara lets it rip.
Hara's serve played well by the Lords. The set goes back to Egan off the head of Hara.
You'll get a good look at it on the replay here. Good thing Hara's okay. Really high up on his midsection. I think it was directly to his head. We saw one happen earlier in the women's game as well. It can be a very dangerous play.
Yeah, Hara's going to have to come out, subbing back in as AJ Thrasingham.
Yeah,
Hara looks like he's all right, but you got to check in on him, make sure. Blow to the head.
Today's era of concussion protocols and checks, it's only safe and right to give him a quick look over there to make sure everything's good.
Yeah, student therapist Vic is over there making sure that we're all right as we start action. Matsudo set goes to Rigetto. One blocker, not what you want to see against Jean-Luca Rigetto.
Yeah, you're not wanting to jump one-on-one with him. There's not many in the league like Jean-Luca. It's a scary sight when he climbs up after one.
Rigetto serve a roller, played well by Egan, but the Colts get the ball back. Matsudo's set goes to Castellato, over to Delaware, through the block, past nobody. It is a Colts point.
I'm not sure why there's confusion there on the floor. It looked pretty cut and dry. That was ripped through down into the ground. I can see why they're a little bit confused. That was pretty close to the line, but good call there. I think from the official, it was tough to tell off that quick look.
The set goes over to Egan off the hands of Corapi. Just not tight to the net. The Lords get their fourth point.
5-4. Gonna have to look up synonyms for seesaw and back and forth because those are the only two we've been letting rip, and that's all this game's been.
The serve there by Egan, played well. Goes to Delaware off of nobody's hand. It'll be a Lord's point. They tie it at 5. Egan's serve. He kind of looks like Superman on his serves. Anyways, that ball goes to Thrasingham. A touch of the net anyways. A Colts point. What a kill there by Thrasingham. Didn't matter, no matter net touch or ball in play, didn't matter.
Either way, they were counting that one. Good job there by A.J. Thurisingham. Letting it rip as we ride the teeter-totter here at the AWC.
The float by Corpy. The Lords try to use it. It goes to Jagan. As the set by Matsudo goes to Delaware, he tips it. Kept up well by Kuiper. The set goes all the way back to Jagan. Corpy tries to keep it up, a good dig, but hits the rafters here at the AWC. And we go back to 6-6.
Next year, I'm going to ask our producer, Leo Soler-Sano, who's been doing an excellent job today, to keep a running tally on volleyballs off the rafters. I bet you we'd have quite the number come the end of the year.
He seems to not want to do that over there. It looks like he's a little upset about what you're talking about. Maybe we'll get him a pizza. Maybe he'll do it. As Delaware tips that over off the block of Kyle Travis. A smart play by Ruslan Delaware.
Ruslan Delaware has been all over the floor here today. Graduated from Don Mills Collegiate Institute. Stepping up in a big way.
The set goes far side to Jagan off the body of Matsudo. A powerful kill there by Tyler Jagan.
We've seen a couple from Tyler Jagan today that have made you kind of turn your head back and look. The 5'11" frame on him is very deceiving because when he goes up, that ball's coming off with a lot of force.
Travis' serve, played by Delaware. The set goes to Matsudo. A good play there. Killed down by Thurasingham.
Great job there. Thurasingham hasn't played a ton today, but when he's on the floor, he's been effective.
I give that point to Michael Matsudo. A great keep up on the set from Matsudo to keep that point alive for the Colts. Thurasingham puts it down. We switch sides of the court as we hit 8-7 here for the Centennial Colts. If you're just joining us, a back and forth affair here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. We're going to 15 here in this fifth set.
Matsudo, you mentioned his great set there. Last year, led the team and was atop the league with a whopping 614 assists on the year total. Already off to a good start here in 2024-25.
Delaware on the serve. A great serve is in from Ruslan Delaware. An ace gets the Colts a 2-point lead.
Great work from Ruslan Delaware, stepping up in a big spot, giving them a little bit more of a cushion here. He had 4 service aces on the year coming into today. He's picked up at least 2 today.
Another great serve, but played well. The quick set dug out by Matsudo. Goes to Thurasingham. The hot hand for the Centennial Colts. A.J. Thurasingham powers that through the block, and a 10-7 lead for the Colts.
Coming into this one, Thurasingham have only played 4 sets, but he's accumulated 9 points in those sets, and he's stepping up in a huge way here in this 5th and final one.
Delaware serve finally passed everybody of the Durham Lords. A service error from Delaware, but he gives the Colts a lead. It's 10-8.
It was Delaware that went on that crazy run earlier with the back-to-back-to-back. We saw him try to pick that spot there earlier. He's going to be padding that ace total when he hits the locker room today.
Tyler Jagan has the serve for the Lords. His serve off the net, just barely off the tape of the net. Colts back out to a 3-point lead.
Closing in on victory here. Still 4 points to go, just a 3-point lead, but
Nolan Tuck on the serve. The quick set goes to Doucette. Played well by Rigetto. Matsuda's set is into the middle of the net, only able to tip it over as Thurasingham. The Lords set it over to Kuiper off the hands of Rigetto. Very smart play from Kuiper.
that's where that's where Pete Kuiper really started out today, was on that part of the court. We've seen him move around a little bit more, but that spot right there, the outside hitter.
Doucette serve. Castellato keeps it up to Thurasingham. The hot hand. Nobody there from the Durham Lords. Looks like Travis and Jagan No communication between the two of them as the Colts will take that point, 12-9.
Durham will have to be thinking about a timeout potentially if they drop this one.
Racingham serve, very good. Set goes back to Kuiper, blocked and tries to keep up from the Durham Lords. What a block from Michael Corapi.
That's their best player you just went up against, Michael Corapi, and absolutely stuffed. A little bit of help from Rigetto there. Sent this place into a frenzy. No timeout.
Racingham serve, very powerful. Kept alive by Rochelot. The tip over from Egan is tipped into play. Just an unfortunate bounce for the Colts and fortunate to the Colts. Or for the Lords, my apologies.
Yeah, Centennial went up with 3 on the one side of the court, and somehow it fell down on the other with nobody home. Big point.
The serve goes to Kuiper. The set to Corapi. Powerful from Michael Corapi.
The set coming in from Matsudo, a beauty right in his wheelhouse. 14-10, you know what that means.
Set, not only set point, game point for the Centennial Colts. Rigetto on the serve. Off the hands of Rochelot. An ace from Jean-Luca Rigetto ends this one.
Listen to this place.
Jean-Luca Rigetto backed by so much, I don't know, good play from everybody on the Centennial Colts. You saw Rigetto, the Racingham coming in and helping out. You name it, does not matter.
AJ Thurisingham off the bench there in that 5th set was huge for Centennial to close it out. We saw solid play from Nathan Hara, Michael Corapi all day long as well. I mean, Matsudo with his sets as clutch as ever. Just a good team win by the Colts against a very, very good Durham Lords team at 4-0, now 4-1.
Yes, as you mentioned, the Durham Lords dropped to 4-1 on the season. The Centennial Colts moved to 4-0 on the season. Not the last game you're going to see from us. They come back tomorrow. We got another home game as the men and women will take on the Canadore Panthers tomorrow. The women's start at 1 o'clock, the men at 3 o'clock. A tremendous day of volleyball here from the Athletic and Wellness Center. We got more coming your way tomorrow, as I mentioned. Zach, any final,
Yes.
anything at all?
It just felt like this one really deserved the 5th set. We saw many points scored from both teams coming into this one, 1 and 2 in kills per set. So we knew it was going to be an offensive outburst from both teams. But man, I didn't think we were going to see 200 points and 25-23 for 3 straight sets. It was a crazy one here for the homecoming crowd, and the party's not done yet. We got festivities to go throughout the night here at the AWC.
Yeah, the Centennial College Alumni Association hosting a little party here at 7 o'clock. So the festivities aren't going to end, like you said. A little party going on here at Centennial College. We'll celebrate the wins. We'll come back tomorrow. We got games against the Canadore Panthers coming tomorur.
2 good ones tomorrow.
Zach, are you back tomorrow for those games?
It'll be you and Anthony tomorrow.
Oh, it'll be me and Anthony. So we got a new guy coming in. If we got nothing else to say, we'll just end the day then, Zach. How's that?
J-Rock will play us out here with the victory song we hear every time. We'll catch you tomorrow. Well, Jack will catch you tomorrow. I'll catch you next time here at the AWC.